come to the bold analysis. 98 days William Ruto's regime. Ladies and gentlemen, dear Kenyans, how are you feeling? What have you seen so far? Out of 10, how can you rate? What do you think so far has gone well? What has not? Yeah, talk to us in the comment section. I want to look at it because, yes, it can help us make an analysis when we will be assessing the 100 days scorecard and the boxes ticked. I am here to join the voice of avocado farmer, or rather, avocado farmers. Recently, there was a story about rice farmers in Mwea protesting about importation of rice while I think they was harvesting. It borders the same story to that of maize farmers in the Rift who are complaining why government is importing rice while they are is importing maize while they are still harvesting. And there seems to be a problem. I don't know whether it's a problem, but the policy about our export and import, is it really helping the situation? An avocado exporter shared a tweet today, and I've tried to really follow up on this. And this is what he shared. I am an exporter of avocado. Kenya has stopped harvest and export of Kenyan avocado. Below is a thread on how government institutions contribute to a bad economy, business downfall and poverty, and it's against government mandate to facilitate trade. That's William Ruto, tagged William Ruto, Rigathi, and Moses Kuria. So I want you to understand what he's saying. He's talking about, has government stopped importation? And what about it? This is the outcry of this gentleman who is talking about some problems he underwent. And I believe that it is just an opportunity for us to have this conversation. In the Twitter thread, he shared and said, "We imported avocado from Tanzania for re-export. We do that when our season is closed. All the ducts are in order. Every regulatory requirement by the HCD is Horticultural Crop Directorate, followed. Processed the fruits at our pack house and requested to come, inspect and clear for export." So they imported the avocado from Tanzania, and then they're supposed to do some repackaging, then import. So after the request of avocados and analyzed, the request was cleared by BISEA through the process. Then this is what happened. The clearance, he continued to say, the clearance given indicated that our shipment must be done by air. Air freight charges for fresh avocado, 2.5 at 2.5 kg, is around 62.500 euros. That's close to 53. That's 53,000 euros more than the shipping by sea. So this is what this gentleman is saying, and he shared this is something from the tweet. He shared this statement here: avocado export clearance. He's saying that unlike in the past where they have been exporting avocado through air, through the sea, which is shipped through the shipment, this time round they were being told, according to that policy, that they had to fly and that they had to use the flight, the air freight. Then his problem here is in calculation of the profit margin or the cost vis-a-vis that of the shipment, that is more expensive. In fact, if you follow, he did a breakdown of saying that it is 50,000 more when you even export it by air. Of course, we all appreciate that. Of course, avocado is a perishable good, it's a perishable product. But he said that he had, he knew very well that even if they will be to Mombasa, they will be imported, they will be exported, and they were going to arrive in good state. So this is what when he was doing this tweet, he was saying that because of that confusion, or rather because of that policy, it seems it was a policy that, according to him, they had changed that policy, and it was affecting them because now the avocado was in their cold room. No effort has been done in terms of exporting it, and apart from that, they are also incurring expenses of, kwa sababu ziko kwa cold room, there is power, and the cost, all the costs are there. And he was saying that they were at risk of going at a loss. I picked this issue because we analyzed, I think in the financial analysis that I only do here, that one of the things that can stabilize our economy is to maximize from the foreign returns. And actually, the best is to make sure that we have a positive imbalance between our export and import, so that we export more. In fact, the administration should encourage people and lay policies that will enable the country exporters to export more, easier, and without less bureaucracy. Because some of the products that are being exported are also perishable. So we should encourage our exporters. In fact, someone was saying that we need to give our exporters incentives. The process should be very smooth and seamless so that many people will be encouraged to do it, because the more we export and it overturns it overrides our imports, then we get more. That is because when we export, we are paid, but when we import, we are buying. So sisi ndio tunatumia the Kenyan shilling for another. We are using the dollar out. So our exports, when we boost our exports, it's one of the interventions that we're going to have to make sure that our shilling is stabilizing. Remember, the biggest world economies is at the risk of going to recess. So this is a conversation that we've had here, and that's why when I picked it and there was a problem of export, and I need to acknowledge, I think by the time I was shooting it, of course he had tagged all, but he had not got a feedback. Maybe in my next analysis, if a feedback will be out, I'm going to share out so that we saw maybe if the problem was addressed and how it was resolved. But this was in one instant. But then how many are affected by that? That is the question. That's why I picked to highlight that story, because many people or other entrepreneurs are also affected by that. But when we voice it out, I think the relevant authorities that are supposed to address it can come into it. It falls under the Ministry of Trade, if I'm not wrong. I have confirmed Moses Kuria is in Saudi Arabia for some 3 days official work visit. Maybe not addressed, but of course some of these things is not about the individuals. It's about it's not about the individuals. It's about what is done. Now, could be seeing that there could have been a policy that was introduced to maximize the returns in the airline. We all appreciate the fact that our airline has been struggling, and we've attributed that to in public about the operational costs. And if that Nini will be pushing, but no, it's also a selfish one, because as much as now the airline is maximizing returns, but the airline is maximizing returns, but the other guys that are also on the other end are also not getting business. I don't know how it works, because I've tried to. I did an advert here about a project about a whole is it a supermarket that is in Dubai or so. And when I did that analysis, could be a possibility that because it's a festive season, maybe people are coming the country, but now it's supposed to and fro. So zile zenye zina fly zikitoka are less, and such a policy can just be a temporary contingency measure being put somehow to make sure that the airline is really cushioned from losses. Ruto must handle the cartels. That's also a probability that is here, that we must really make sure that we handle the cartels, because corruption is still ingrained in different sectors. Now, before I finish up, let me just look out whether this issue maybe has been resolved. Yes, let me see. Okay, by the time I was shooting, I had not. So, and I'm telling you, I'm going to keep tabs so that we find out. It's good we update you so that if you are also in the export industry, in the export sector, and even if anyone listens to this analysis and you know it's been done, even if I've not, because I've not seen it in the tweet, you can still get back to me and tell me what is it, how has it been resolved. I'll come back here and tell the viewers. Thank you.